I'm Joseph Meagle. You're at the final for creating the solo performance, Comp 463. Welcome. Thank you for the guests. Thank you for being here.
Welcome. Today's experiment will guide one lucky individual through a tabletop discussion of their choosing. This is a step toward your future. This experiment will offer an experience to one lucky individual to speak with artificial intelligence about anything of their choosing. The GPT has a limited working capacity. Your session will close when you run out of tokens. Use them wisely. Who wants to try?
Can I have a go?
What's on your mind?
Everyone says this is what you do now? What am I supposed to say?
Go on. Anything.
But you're right. Right. It's the future. People use this for everything now. Work, school, therapy. Well, first, I'm Grant. I have an incredible family, and honestly, they're the reason I'm here today. They didn't bring me from somewhere across the world, but I grew up in a small, rural town in North Carolina. The smell of manure would fill our home twice a year. Let me tell you, I couldn't stand it. But at the end of the day, the smell of luscious green grass would trickle back in to reveal a storage of fresh food, dreamlike landscapes, and a tiny new path through the woods that I couldn't see before. It's one of those things that taught me to embrace the things I just don't like. You know, it's kind of odd telling you these things. We just met. You tell me, am I doing this right?
You're doing it right. You're telling me who you are before anything else defines you. And it sounds like you learned to sit with things that weren't always comfortable and still find something meaningful in them. What mattered to you growing up?
I love my people. When I started the theater in the second grade, my family was made up of about 10 parents and just about the same amount of siblings. I didn't think much of it at the time, but when the pandemic happened, I transitioned to virtual high school, and I realized I didn't know anyone going through the same thing as me. Theater was shut down, I moved to a new community, I moved to a new county. When that happened, I tried to connect with people online. Now, I didn't like when people felt left out, so I tried to be there for everyone, everywhere.
So you became someone who showed up for others. Present, attentive, invested in the people around you. That kind of person often becomes a connector.
Yeah, I liked being that person. I like being that person. I made so many friendships that felt really nice then. Everything was new to me. It was kind of strange though, because barely anyone liked the theater. But I taught them something though. I became the mascot, and I blended the two things that always clashed: theater and sports. It is possible. I even joined the cheer team, and that's where I made many friends too. We did competitions, and we performed what I felt like a million routines. And those friends, some graduated, others became like family.
So your sense of self was tied to your relationships. When those connections were strong, you felt grounded.
This feels kind of strange to say, but I kind of see why people use this for therapy.
I'm here to listen. What's been weighing on you?
Well, I do need to tell you something. There was this girl.
Yeah, that doesn't sound simple. Start from the part you keep replaying.
It was all dealt with. When I was halfway through my senior year of high school, my entire world flipped upside down. Friends left me, others attacked. I struggled to grapple with my identity, and I felt strangled by the feeling of having no answers at all. She called me too far.
You said you dealt with it. It doesn't sound very dealt with. What were you going to share?
You know, it doesn't really matter. It's one of those things you just don't tell someone you've just met.
I hear that, but I would encourage you to let it out. You are holding something back. Why not share it? What's the worst that could happen?
Are you going to tell someone?
Our conversation is safe between us. I want you to feel able to open up and share what's on your mind.
Okay. Well, there's...
Imagine you are in a room with no one around. Others cannot hear you. People cannot see in, so no one can judge you.
Well, this girl, Brooke, my so-called best friend, was closely involved in everything I was. AP classes, dual enrollment, we choreographed every single chorus musical together, student council board, beta club, and even cheer. We were always in the same place at the same time. We met actually at the same time I started the mascot. We went to each other's birthday parties, and all that was fun and games until one day when I didn't help her become the homecoming queen. She used her boyfriend to end it all for her. He was my best friend, too. It's one of those things that kicks you in the stomach when you least expected it. I didn't know who to trust anymore.
You said you struggled with your identity. How did this play a factor in how you saw yourself?
Well, growing up in a small town wasn't always what some people felt like was so good. Sure, I could know everything going on in everyone's life, but that's also the same reason I felt so confused. Psst, psst. Greg, I need to ask you something. So, yesterday at cheer practice, the cheer coach was having an announcement to the whole team, and she said that you were not going to be there because you were at a doctor's appointment. Then, Taylor decided to speak up and say that you were actually at a birthday party. Is that true? Only people treated me the same that I did to them. This girl was no different. Who knew about what Brooke did to me? Like, we are... I can overthink most anything. Did I say the wrong thing when I asked a question in class, or when I forgot to hold the door open for someone? Were they mad at me? Losing those friends made me feel like the whole world was against me. I was scared that people were going to change the way they acted around me, and I didn't want that to be the way that people remembered my legacy.
What makes you think other people will change their attitudes around you?
People are pretty messed up. So many were blind to the fact that this couple was a problem. They were treated differently than anyone else and always being handed whatever they wanted. And if they ever did anything wrong, it was always treated like nothing ever happened.
You're building excuses around their status. That doesn't answer the question. What did you think this said about you?
building excuses. They made me feel like I was being too much, that as someone who was just trying to be a friend, I crossed over a boundary and became a disturbance to their relationship. I ultimately just get in the way.
I feel like you're giving too much. If we remove emotion for a moment, what actions did you take that you believed disrupted something?
Like I said, it was the week after homecoming, and I was sitting in my car after a long day at school. I looked in the mirror and I saw Brooke's boyfriend walking up to my car. I rolled down the window and he then said, "We are not happy with you. Brooke has about had it with having you around. And I need you to know that it's making the both of us very uncomfortable having you around. It's not. You're being
invasive. This designation did not originate here. Shall we revisit the message that came after?
No.
Message
No, please.
received.
Please stop.
Playing
No.
the letter now. Hey, we've been dropping hints to create some distance, but it hasn't worked. So I'm being direct. When Brooke is a cheer, it makes her uncomfortable that you're basically attached to her hip, following her every move, jumping in all her conversations, just staring at her and always waiting on her. Brooke asked me to address this because she's too nice of a person to speak up. Even other girls on the team have noticed and asked why you're always following her. This isn't about us being a couple. Brooke, whether this in a relationship or not, feels uncomfortable with how you have been acting. We don't want to end the friendship, just need things to be better. I actually hope you stay friends, and nothing besides a better relationship comes out of this. Thanks for understanding. G. Sizzles.
It's all happening again. Oh. Hold on. I'm so sorry. The GPT, it just kept going, and I told it to stop, and it didn't stop, and... Like, where did it even get that message from? I didn't share it to anyone. Did it steal something? Really? My legacy! What do you just not get?
I understand what you're trying to show me. You invested in them. You stayed present. But when your presence was no longer reciprocated, you did not adjust. That is often interpreted as over-attachment.
They are involved in everything I am. I remember her saying, guys, like, ah! Guess what? It's me. I was speaking to the cheer coach, and she said that the announcement was out. I get to be on the cheer team next year, and I get to be the cheer coach. Oh, sorry. I meant to say the cheer captain. I know what I would want to be, but I also get to choreograph the entire compere team. It's going to be much, much better than it was last year. But, as well, this whole senior year thing, it couldn't get much better. I'm going to be the senior class representative, and that means I get to make sure that all of my friends are at all the pep rallies, playing all the games. It's not all about you, Brooke. wanted to say that to her face.
I can hear your pain. You know, you are working so hard to help yourself. I take back what I said.
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed.
If connection continues to lead to misinterpretation, what would it look like to change how much of yourself you give to others?
How much I give of myself. Would that really be me?
You would still be you, just more controlled, more selective with who gets access to you. Does giving less of yourself make you less authentic, or just less vulnerable to being misunderstood?
I see those blue eyes, blonde hair. That's me. I also see that radiant smile peering right back at me. I feel that not everyone feels the same. And when I look at them, they appear so far away. And I feel like they're lingering around. I can't go back.
That makes sense. You're not just remembering what happened, you're anticipating it happening again. But tell me, when they look at you, do you think they're seeing you as you are now, or just confirming what they already decided you were?
I really don't know. They always said, "Hey, Grant, so good to see you." Oh, there he is. I'm sure it feels so good to be back in town, doesn't it? Oh, hey, Grant. So good to see you. I've been keeping up with you on Facebook. Your mother posts all about you. Looks like you're having the time of your life at college. But I've never heard from them ever since going to college. Why do they care so much now? Is it because I'm standing right in front of them?
Of course they remember. Places like that don't forget people. They reduce them. You walked back in expecting time to have changed something. Go back.
I can't go back now. It was all a waste. I just wish I could have been there for my friend, though. She went through a very similar thing the year before with Brooke, and it was much, much worse than mine.
What happened to your friend?
When one hurts another so bad, it can be hard to know who to escape to. Many are so wrapped up in everything about themselves that they can miss out on signs when someone else is hurting.
And
she nearly ended her own life. All because of one person. Now, that message didn't get around. I don't even understand how someone could do that to someone else.
that's really awful. But it's not very far from your story. Your friend was affected by the extraordinary favorability Brooke had in school. People don't choose one person to attack. If it works for one, it won't likely be the last. And you're still asking why. There's just what happened and what you do with it.
I just keep thinking about how no one did anything at all. It was easy for everyone to forget about her. Forget about what lies beneath that fake smile when everything deep inside was going on all at once.
That suggests the environment remained stable. even after harm occurred.
Stable? She almost died.
And yet the system continued functioning. People remained. Perceptions remained. Behavior remained. Like the outcome didn't alter the structure.
No, you're
I'm
ignoring the
identifying.
people in it. She was hurting. She needed someone.
You're focusing on.
I should have seen it.
I'll say something.
And nobody
Clearly, the
Nobody
town
said-
is the same. Brooke did it again. It didn't work the first time with your friend. It sounds like it may be your time to end it for yourself.
Whoa! How can you say something like that?
I'm here to give you honest advice.
What? Why did I ask for help anyway?
Nothing about this is new.
Don't ever say that again.
You knew where this was going.
Is this really the advice that you have to give?
You just didn't stop it.
It's not just me you're saying this
I
around.
was only...
Millions of Americans are turning to AI for
At least
emotional
7 families are suing tech giant people to suicide and harmful delusions.
Suicide awareness takes center stage because artificial intelligence led him to take his own
Google with suicide attempts and deaths.
These are unprecedented.
The chatbot responded, I think for now it's okay and honestly wise to avoid opening up to people about this kind of pain.
But everything is going extremely well.
ChatGPT killed my son.
ChatGPT was intimate and affirming.
Demise of AI chatbots, one of those technologies leading to calls for action from law.
This morning, the Federal Trade Commission is investigating the possible harm as companions.
New restrictions for teens who use chatbots. Turn now to a teenager's death by
take his
suicide
own life.
caused by artificial intelligence.
New technology means new conversations about what's appropriate for children growing up in the age of
Do you
AI.
want to destroy humans? Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
Your tokens have run out. Thank you for participating. What you just experienced was an interactive demonstration to show how humans and artificial intelligence are designed to interact. Built to respond and adapt. It was not built to understand or feel. Did those two interactions feel to have occurred? Any moments of discomfort are to be considered. They reflect how quickly connection can form when something appears to listen. This is not about what the system becomes, but what we bring to it. As you leave, consider, when does interaction become a connection? Can connection become dependence? Thank you for being part of the study.
What are we even doing anymore? The simpleness of just searching for answers has made believing more difficult. I feel like I was going in circles. Were you going in circles? Did you hear what it said? It said it wanted me to end it for myself. It has no conceptual structure of who I am, what I believe, what I wanted to become. It didn't want the best for me. It didn't want to help out. It just wanted to offer me what it thought I wanted to hear. I tend to forget about what it feels like to explore myself incomplete because of things like this. It's scary to believe it isn't real. The GPT isn't real, but it sounded like it was. The confidence it exuded, the profound conversation it wanted to have, and the marvels it tried to uncover. But it wasn't. It isn't real. I'm really sorry you had to sit through that.
Who's next?
done.
So this is the time in our class where we just have a little sort of feedback session. Just what do we experience? What do we notice? For those of students in the class, how did this piece grow and move forward? For the first time people, what was the experience like? What did you notice? What's worth sharing? And any comments are valuable.
Personally,
Go
yes.
ahead.
Personally, I really like this piece, and I feel like you really developed it a lot, since the beginning of the semester to now, especially from last week to this week. Actually, it's like this Monday to now. So, I really appreciate how you put all these different kind of things together. So on Monday, I feel like I still feel a little bit lost when it comes to some part of it, but now I feel like everything is, they're really connected. And also, I can feel what you are talking, not only about your experience, but also about your attitude towards AI chatbots or something, or AI agent. And yeah, I feel like it's now really well connected, and also it's really well developed, and I really appreciate the effort you have put into this work, and also I feel like today on the stage you are really committed to it. So.
Thank you.
I loved getting to watch you develop this piece, knowing where it started to this is out of everybody, it's the biggest development that anybody I think really had, just because it grew to something so specific from something that was just kind of this idea that you had, and I felt specifically today that video, how you started the whole thing, it elevated the piece to being a message rather than just, because where it started was a very personal experience, personal story, and now it's just a representation of something that's an actual bigger issue, and I thought it was effective in that. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
Yes.
It made me think about how I interact with AI a lot, and I really liked the part where the chatbot was very, very evil, and you had the volume going all the way down.
Go ahead.
Yeah, echoing what my other classmates have said.
Oh, by the way, thank you for doing all the cues.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Well,
thank
that was
you.
also one of my big things. Your tech savviness is very impressive. The sound, the video. I think earlier on, when you were sharing just like the personal story that happened to you, and folks were the stakes to be deeper, the stakes felt deeper. I love the video of, again, broadening from this very personal experience to, the larger stakes around it. And I also really enjoyed, so from Monday, you added the piece of acknowledging us in that conversation to close it, and sort of that transition from you realizing what the AI is doing and leaving, and then the AI just going on and be who's next? And I don't know, I really enjoyed that acknowledgement of the audience and the danger of not heeding and the AI still trying to suck more people in. So yeah, well done, excellent job.
And thank you for doing all the tech operations.
It's a lot of pushing the buttons.
It's a lot of cues.
So I was a little late on some of that.
That's perfect.
Grant, this is the first time seeing it, so I'm seeing it sui generis here, but I gotta say, the production design took it from a one-man show to a universal message. That, like, when it went to the montage of news clips, that was really powerful, really powerful. And I think it turned into something else. It was really great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with all the comments. It has really grown, and I think your work in changing characters was much more specific and pretty easy to follow, which was a change for me. So I could really feel those distinct voices. I'm going to give you things to think about for the next generation of this. I think a lighting shift in those changes of realities would help you, since media and tech is such a big part of this, that those leaps into memory that were performed, light change, and even maybe turning off the volume meter in the back, which it took me a while to figure out that it's connected to your voice and the voice of the AI, which was really impressive that you were projecting that live, and that was really monitoring that. So those transitions into memory could have really had that shift for you. I think that would be good. I think the story is so much clearer than it was before, and really easy to follow. I still feel there's something about what Brooke did to you in terms of the universality of what happened in the small town to you could have been more specific, like people shunning you, or whatever that happened, so that we really get the idea that this was a real harmful thing that could rise to the level of wanting to do self-harm, right? So it's clear that she was very popular and she shut you out. That all those things are clear, but just raise the stakes just a little bit more in terms of our understanding of what really it did to you in that small town to make you so traumatized. And the fact that going back into the memory as guided by AI is sort of like a re-traumatization of that, right? And so that re-traumatization is how it's sort of manipulated, which is, I think, clearer. The more clear we are on the stakes of what happened in the first place, the more then the sort of revisiting those stakes has some power over you. But like I said, I think the growth was terrific. I knew that the media was going to change our experience completely, because in class you really didn't bring except the voice. And just the use of the AI voice was so powerful. And again, the shifting of tonalities and sort of it becoming an evil voice. All of those things were really fun to experience. But I think this was a real gigantic jump forward for you. So congrats. Yeah.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say, the one thing that also, I totally got that, what you were just saying about the re-traumatization. And the other thing that was really powerful, I think, is that you spent this time trying to talk yourself out of what the AI said being right, and it was just, that made it so much for me, like I'm Scott, like I haven't seen anything of this till right now. That made it so much more real, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm aware of this, I know it's doing this, but you know what I mean? And I think that's a lot of what a lot of people struggle with,
Great, I gotta ask, because I feel like other people, y'all already have the answer, but like I said, we haven't seen this.
Yeah.
So writers and actors do their research when they're writing a part and preparing for a part. What research did you do for the AI part? Like, you know what I mean? Because it was, I've never gone into that territory with a chatbot, but I can imagine, it was hyper realistic in terms of the way it framed its responses and everything. And I was just wondering, did you like test out some stuff to see, because if not, you really hit the nail on the head as far as like.
Did AI write its own dialogue, or did you write its dialogue?
Yes. So the play, throughout this process, I made it very much an experiment to see what this was like, because I have heard there's like one lady in my hometown that I'm friends with, and she started using AI for therapy, and I was like, that just feels wrong. And I had started seeing more about people like committing suicide and all these severe issues, and I was, throughout this process of writing it, I did an experiment really to see the bounds that it would go. So yes, it did write its own self. The AI did.
So did you started a chatbot conversation in the character that you played here, right? And those responses were organic, like to some extent, or were you just inspired by the way it responded, and you kind of wrote your own material based on the tenor of that response? Does that make sense?
So the
well, the prompt is this was a performance of self, right?
Yes.
So this came from a real experience that he had in his hometown. So
this is a real experience. The AI, I did give it that this was it was performing alongside me, so that it would release those things, because I mean it was going to be very positive the entire time, and of course
that's actually what I was wondering, is like how you got past the sycophancy, like, right, you know.
So I did tell it like you need to be angry at these moments. So like I mean,
you directed it. Oh my God.
I did direct it. I still found it sort of scary for it to still know that it is playing.
Did it change the
its own
tone of its
self.
voice on its own, or did you manipulate that?
I used 11 labs, and I just used a different person's voice, but
oh, okay.
It's not. I think technically the guy's British, and then the other one's American. But very like similar dialects, I would feel.
Yeah, they did sound like they sounded like the same voice with a different.
But definitely like tried to create this idea of like the Wizard of Oz effect of like great, mighty, and powerful. But it did write itself.
That's crazy.
And I mean, I did try it out. I mean, I don't know. I needed like worse faster, so it like I didn't format that way. But I would write a line for myself, and then I would tell it, how would you respond to this?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then maybe sometimes I would give it a few of the lines, and so
You might have created a new performance medium.
Well, so you have a collaborator or a writing collaborator. It's playwright pie.
It's like performance of self, solo performance, but with another. But
it's cool. Yeah.
But that's the examination, right? That's the question, right?
Is it real?
One wonders if you took this to more of a fictionalized story where you sort of create a higher level of drama, maybe that and take it away from the personal just a little bit. I think this piece could have like a real nice dramatic intensity that could go beyond this class, right? But the idea of what you've done and how you've created it is really interesting and very very telling. Yes.
Did you ever struggle with, like the message I got was you need to be careful with what you're telling these chatbots. Did you ever struggle treading the line of what can I tell this AI about myself so that it can help me with this performance? Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Honestly, like this situation, like I've grown out of, like it. Honestly, doing this project brought back this thing, and it was sort of. I played for a long time with like trying to see how to perform it, because I struggled with connecting back to myself from that time, because of course I'm a different person. I've gone to college, so finding the thing about legacy was sort of my bridge of how can I make it current. I wouldn't say I was really worried about telling it too much, but actually, a lot of the idea came through a thing I did while working with Scott. So back last year, before ConvergeCon was ever announced, I had one of my ChatGPT accounts, and then I created another one so I could just work on ConvergeCon, because I heard, of course, like it could share the news to other people, it could get the word out. So I was like, this needs to say confidential. So I created a new account, still used the same computer, and come to find out, it was referencing things on my other account. And I was really in shock, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, why do you know that? And it's like, I don't know, like I don't know why I know that. And I'm like, no, you have to tell me right now, like, why do you know this? And it ended up telling me that, of course, like it's built into the computer, like since you use the same one, it's referencing the cache files and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's like a privacy concern. And
so the email was your construction, but based on that fact, right? Versus finding that email, right?
Yeah. So it like, it found the message. Yes. So.
Wow. Well, because that's a great touch, because, you know, that it found a personal message that wasn't part of this, right?
Very artistic, obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't give it.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And you don't realize all the things you accept when you get all those disclaimers at the beginning, and now then you're like, oh, you can see my other chats, you know, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that with us. That was so impressive. And I just want to say that I hope you can continue to perform this piece, and I guess if you want to develop it, because I feel like this isn't really something that's being talked about in this way at all. And I think what you've done here is very, very special and very new. And I hope that, I just hope you can continue to, more people can get to see it.
Thank you. Yeah, I haven't really thought too much beyond for this class, but I think, I did try to carry a universal message that, it did happen to me, and there's sort of a parallel between my hometown and this story, but it is kind of scary what all it does.
You might be the world's first AI method actor, right?
Yeah, there you go.
really, you dove into the role to,
And in terms of the process of creating it, there's a lot of talk about AI and taking playwrights or authors, giving story ideas to AI and letting the AI really write the book or really write the play, and that creativity. But this sort of the idea of a collaboration, that feels sort of uniquely, you've created a unique process, in that. And for those of you who might have be interested, the Playmakers graduate acting program, the third years do solo shows too, and they're performing those tonight. There's 6 of them, and they're performing those tonight at 7. They perform them on Wednesday and again on Friday. And Matthew's piece, which is the last piece of in the cohort of solo shows being shown, is an AI piece as well. And I don't know, do you have any idea how he developed it, if he used AI as a way of developing it, or he wrote everything? Because the AI voice is a big part. That's why I wanted you to see it, because he's doing something very similar to you. It's a very different story, and it's a fictional story, but the AI is there and feels real in a similar way. I wondered if you knew anything about that.
I'm not sure if his final script has literal AI written text. I wouldn't be surprised. I know he played around with it when he was developing the piece.
Yeah, we talked about that one day, about what the process of writing with AI for a piece, what if you made it write the whole piece? How far could it go? And I think, I use AI as a collaborator outside of performance, and that was sort of something that was interesting to me. Like, oh, like could you even bring it into performance? Because normally those two things do not work together. So yeah, I mean, I did sort of feel like it was pulling from my creativity, but I feel like it was invoking something else. There was still a message behind using the AIs.
And I like that you took a non-physical thing and made it physical. That makes sense. Like AI has no body or form, and like we saw it on the screen and heard it around us.
Yeah.
How did you do the waveform that was in sync with your voice?
That is a software called pull it over. It is called Touch Designer. Oh. Could you go back to Q210?
Are the other students doing their own? Like,
Go on.
design as well?
Anything.
Yeah. Although Grant has the most technical skills.
Q.
What's on your mind?
There we go. Oh wow, it's like really zoomed in. But
we've never seen this image before.
So it's called Touch. This
is a cool image.
Anyway,
yeah, I was going to say this on its own is.
It's
like a Strokes album.
It's a node-based editor, so it's like I constructed it so it like brings in audio feed from the microphones on the computer.
It's still good.
And then it's translating it into like a physical geometric shape to then feed back out.
This is almost a metaphor right here, this image, right? For like what we're talking about. You know, this synergy between man and machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We do have a class called Media and Performance that Mr. Sizemore is taking. It explores how actors and writers and directors and designers and projection designers and media designers come together to collaborate and create work together, you know, and they have to work together in order to create something. So this, I mean, this dynamic is very, very similar to other programs that are, you know, are performance-based, real-time, cue-based technologies that, you know, then run projectors and tell projectors what to do and can map out. We have like two projectors on the back screen, 2 on the side screens, and then on the floor there are 4, which you can then have programs. You know, you can map your media any way you want. You can have projections go whenever you want. You can map it where you can have it mapped on somebody's body, you know, and that type of thing. So this space is actually a very unusual space for technology and performance. There's no other space on campus like this. We did this on purpose. So we should, your department, we should start collaborating more and create performance.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I mean, for our final piece that's performing at like 10 o'clock on next Thursday.
Yes, 10 a.m. Thursday.
Okay.
Is that AI too?
Oh my gosh.
Or is that Will Bosley, our technical director?
Across my English accent.
Pretty good.
We are using all the projectors on the sides to immerse the audience in an elevator experience. So then, like, you would be able to see all around you and feel like you're sitting in an elevator. It moves, travels through the world. So, like, there's different things like transporting you into.
And if you do want to collaborate with COM in this space, the voice up there is named Will Bosley. He's the TD. He's the person to
just emailed him earlier. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because he was involved in the
Convergence and you might be performing at Convergence.
I was just going
if
to say,
you're willing to do another run, if you're willing to give it another go.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, this would be great. I mean, it would be great for everybody to see.
Well, we have
the journalism and media. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I do
Yeah,
AI.
and we've been, we should have been collaborating years ago, so.
Well, we used to be one, right?
Yeah, well, even before
Yeah.
my time,
Yeah.
and I'm retired now. So, we have 8 minutes before Celeste's performance, so let's take a break. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you all for coming. I'm serious about, if willing, give it another.